Welcome to myprojectbazaar.com. Okay, this is our product title for the real-time stream data mining based on CanTree and Gtree. Okay, and this is our abstract. Here we face an increasing need to discover knowledge from data streams in real time. Real-time stream data mining needs a compact data structure to store transactions in the recent sliding window by one scan and an efficient algorithm to discover frequent item sets from the compact data structure. Here we propose a novel data mining algorithm called CanTree and Gtree, which discovers the complete frequent item sets from the real-time transactions based on sliding windows. The algorithm uses two data structures, CanTree and Gtree. CanTree and Gtree is the one of the process based on the tree algorithms, and the CanTree compactly represents all transactions in a sliding window by one scan and serves as a base tree. Okay, this is the flow diagram for the real-time stream data mining based on the CanTree and the Gtree in the domain of data mining. So first of all, what is data mining? The data mining is the non-trivial extractions of implicit, previously unknown and potentially useful information from the data. This is called the data mining. So the data mining means we will always implicit the data for a large number of data, but we do not need all data. So here we will only need for some particular frequent item sets from the data. So this is data mining, and simply said, data mining means analyzing for data. So here first of all, first one is the load data set. Here we will create a data set based on different set of attributes based on our process. So now the data set will be created, and now the data set will be loaded into the database. After the data set will be loaded, the data is going for the pre-process stage. Pre-process means suppose the value is stored on the database, and the database has any value is to be null, the particular item is to be removed. It's called a pre-process. So after the pre-process, the data is going to the cluster. Here in this paper we will splitting the data into the window based clusters on the window 1, window 2, window 3. So the multiple windows based we will clustering our data. So after the clustering, the data will be see the transactions for the data items. So now we will classify the data. Classification for in this paper we are using mark details and the market details. So these are some different data set build based we will processing our data. So is the batch process, the batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. So the different set of batch process to be performed. The batch processing has the some particular items or attributes or the fruit names, the market details with different set of fruits, vegetables, and some product names based we will clustering our data. So next we will split the data, that means classification. So finally we will finding the frequent item sets. Okay, so now we will count the data. What is the for example, what is the count for CS department students, what is the count for max department students, and what is the count for some particular vegetable names. So these are some attributes or data based we will counting the data. So next we will generating the nodes. It's based on G-tree formation. So finally the user access the particular date. Okay, now we will start our demo section for the real-time stream data mining based on CanTree and Gtree. So this is our home page. So when I click to home, it's go for next page. The next one is the here the file selection or choose the data set. Here the different set of attribute based will create a data set. So the file chooser choosing the particular data sets. So this is our data set. So the product 24 as the choosing the data set, the student.txt. So this is the file chooser using, so choosing a particular data sets. So after the data set will be loaded into the database. So all data sets are inserted into the database table. Okay, so go for next. The next one is again choosing the different set of data sets. So again selecting the particular data set for the product 24. Product 24 as choosing the data set. It's called personal.txt or sorry, it's called syllabus.txt. So the product 24 so dataset, so the syllabus.txt. So now the dataset will be loaded. So these are some dataset will be loaded and stored into the database. So go for pre-process. Pre-process means here the any value is null, the particular item is to be removed. So here no values to be null. So go for next. So the next one is the window based data partition. Partition means data clustering. So select the data, nothing item is to be selected. So when I click to the cluster, the data is to be splitted. Here a different set of attributes based we will clustering our data. In this page I'm taking the market details based clustering our data. So now I'm choosing the potato, so cluster. So now the potato item, the order ID, this is the vegetable name as potato, is the priority, and the net weight, customer name per kg, and the purpose. So these are some informations to be displayed. So again now classify the data. The results are stored. So go for next. Again clustering windows for different set of attributes based classify the data. Okay, so here we'll choosing the different set of attributes based classify the data. So now I'm choosing the candy. So this is the order ID 103, the product name candy. This is our some classification details. So these are the some whole informations for the market details based on classification. Okay, so go for next. Is the CanTree based classification. This is a transaction 1. So this transaction 2 for the classification details. The results are classified. So these are some informations to be displayed. Okay, so these are some informations to be verified. Okay, so this is the CanTree and Gtree based classifications data for the total number of students and the CS students. So some these are count based will processing our data. So next we will discuss the Gtree based classification records. So first we'll choosing the dataset based on the some users or the usernames as students details based on the score details and the results, so and arrears. So next we will choosing the some particular informations to be displayed. So these are our student mark details. Okay, so now we will add using the different set of attributes. So are classified. Okay, the results are stored into the database. So here we will using different set of attributes based we will classifications based on using for the Gtree and CanTree algorithms. So these are two algorithms based we will classification our data. Okay, the demo is finished. Thanks for listening.